Evening people, welcome back to the channel. My name's darksmoka. Tonight I'm bringing you next gen racing. It's the Chewitt Racing Mini Cooper Cup. So tonight is round 10 live from Tsukuba Circuit in Japan. It's another short circuit for these little minis tonight. Should be another good one. Okay, so just a little update. We are waiting a few minutes for one of the guys to do the update. CJ, how you doing? Looks like you're joining me. Alright, we're going for a joint lobby, are we? Okay, yeah, F124. Alright, mate. You're going to open up a party chat thing. So it looks like we're joining Pro and Pro-Am lobbies again. Joint commentary between myself and CJW when he turns up. Baggy, evening mate, how you doing? You're going to have the pleasure of myself and CJ tonight. We're having, oh, what's going on? Someone else is saying separate lobbies. Got a lot of the pro drivers in here at the minute. Or maybe not. Alright, let me just go and accept this invitation from CJ. CJ? Yeah, not bad mate, not bad. I'm still not sure quite what's going on. I'm sure they're talking about now splitting the lobbies again.
There was only like 5 in our lobby. It just seems a bit pointless racing with that many people.
I mean, it is quite a short circuit, so there's still some good racing to be had. But like you say, you know, once the cars are spread out, it's you know, it just becomes a procession then, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think a few of the boys have had not issues necessarily, but they've had issues they wouldn't have had if it weren't a joint lobby in past weeks. So
right.
Probably
Okay.
where the apprehension's coming from.
Yeah,
so
yeah, I'd have thought so.
Yeah, I'm just reading group chat now.
Yeah, I'm just catching up with the chat on here. So Baggy Snails, he's just giving you a quick hello.
Baggy, how we doing?
Exciting commentary team, love it. You guys have fun, I'm sure we will. So
Cutler's left now. It blanks out the word joint. just type joint. It knows you're in here, that's
what are you talking about?
Oh no,
it's Weed Smoker, look, it's Weed Smoker 420, that's what it is. It knows he's here.
Are we splitting them again then? What's going on?
Oh, I don't know mate, I don't know. VLX has now left the room. Who have you got left? F124. I think that's it, isn't it?
Matthew Lambert, Myler Tyler.
Oh, yeah,
I don't know if Myler Tyler's in our room, is he, or is he in yours?
No, he's in my lobby. Yeah, we were just hanging about waiting for Weed Smoker to get his update done, which he obviously hadn't done. But it looks like your boys are all disappearing off to their own lobby again, CJ. Really?
I think so.
Yeah, I think it's just Matthew Lambert and F124 left for you.
I think they're still debating in the group chat. I'm reading it now. The thing is, I've been talking about this all day.
I know.
All day this has been going on.
I know. And we even mentioned it at the end of last week's stream as well, so they've had plenty of time to think about it.
We did.
Oh yeah, 31 unread messages, flipping heck, alright.
It's the same message 31 times, mate. You're not missing that.
So your lobby got shut, yeah.
Well, Cutler's just made an executive decision.
Okay, which was...
Which is one lobby.
What, one joint lobby?
Yeah, joint lobby. So
Okay.
you'll start seeing them all come back in again.
Oh yeah, VLX Sparks,
dear
yeah.
me.
VLX Sparks back in the room.
Shall we take this opportunity to go through our respect?
Oh, what?
God.
What's going on?
Who was hosting Boonsy?
Boonsy, yeah, Boonsy.
Oh yeah, he's just put a message up saying I'm sitting it out.
What? Why?
Don't know, mate.
Oh,
I don't know.
because of the joint lobby thing, maybe.
The thing is, Boone was like more than holding his own in last race. Like he was up there, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. Alright, let me leave this room then.
Cutler's got a room open.
Where is he? NGR Cutler. Right, are we all joining this one then?
I'm just joining it now. I'll let you know who's in here, but I'm guessing it's this one.
Yeah, Hunty the Punty's throwing up gifts all over the place. What's happening? Right, just set up one lobby, let's race. That's what I'm seeing.
This is Matthew Lambert's bounce. Oh god, here we go. Oh.
Pro-Am lobby's disappeared, yeah, we've just all been booted out. Everyone pro then, what's going on? Come on. Someone make a decision. Someone
should mean everyone's gonna join this lobby.
Right. I'm coming in.
Dun, dun, dun.
Thomas Begbie, evening mate. Have you any idea what's happening?
I don't think any of us do.
Well, at the minute, all I'm seeing is message after message ping up on my phone. Right, Cutler, yes, one lobby.
There we go, we're filling up.
Right. So apologies about this, people. These things do happen. You know what'll happen next? We'll get the pick glitch.
Oh mate, don't tell. Yeah, that'll happen.
And then somebody will get stuck. I'll tell you what. It's every a few lobbies I've commentated over recently. It's always the guy at the back that ends up getting stuck on the grid.
Mate, all mine have been laggy lately.
Mine haven't been laggy, but we've had issues. So last night I did the Sunday Mazdas for P1, and last pace man in qualifying ended up just sitting on the grid, as did it was one of the races last week. VLX Sparks, wasn't it? He got stuck at the back of the grid. One of the races, didn't he? He had to miss one of the races due to it, if I'm correct. Sean,
well,
evening
my
mate.
GT3s last week.
Right, so this looks like it's got Hunty the Punty, NGR Cutler, NGR Happy, F124YS, Matthew Lambert, Kapow, VLX Sparks, Bogus Begbie, Scar Wars, Myla Tyler, and NGR Bigsy in the room at the minute. I don't know if we're expecting any more.
Oh, we should be near enough a full lobby if everyone rocks up.
Let's hope so. Hunty, evening mate. I was saying evening to Sean Daniels as well. Everyone to track ASAP. Let's go qualifying. Saying NGR Cutler. That's good. That's what we want. get on with the show then. Whoops. So VLX Sparks getting it wrong into Dunlop there. So we've already got hot laps coming in. VLX Sparks on 104. Matthew Lambert, he's on a 105, F124, 105, 5 for him. NGR happy fourth at the minute, 106. Kapow, fifth place on the grid, 1079. As I say, oh, he's not actually started qualifying yet, Ed is just kicking in now. There we go then. So we've got 15 minutes of this, and then we're into the first of two races.
So probably one of the shortest tracks on the calendar. It should promise us it's a world away from Spa last week.
Yeah, it certainly is. It certainly is.
About a third of the length?
Less than that,
not
mate.
more.
It's 1.25 miles long, this track.
Oh, it's tiny.
What? How long's Spa?
I think the thing is with Spa, it's more flat out. So whereas you get into fourth gear once in this on this circuit, it's mostly spent in your lower gears. So Spa's a lot longer, but it's a lot faster as well. So.
Yeah. The longest straight on it is only just over a quarter of a mile as well.
7 kilometres Spa.
7 kilometres. What's that about? 4.5, 5 miles, something like that.
I don't know. I don't use that system. No idea, mate. And on the fly maths aren't my forte.
Fair enough.
So a good lap here is about a 105. Is the benchmark I think you'll be looking for pole.
Okay. Let's see what Matthew Lambert and F124 do then. So these are the first of the hot laps. So they go through Dunlop and then into ATR. Headed to the second of the hairpins on this track.
So in terms of timing, I think Fraser's getting a little bit of slipstream benefit.
Yeah,
sector time slightly lower.
So they are coming around the last turn then. Let's see what the sort of lap times people are putting in. So Matthew Lambert, let's start with F124, 104.8 for him. Matthew Lambert at 104.9. August Begbie, like you say, holding his own at 105.6. He's just been pipped by Matthew Lambert on a 104.9. So third place for Matthew. August in fourth. Kapow, he's done a 105.8. He's just been pipped by Myler Tyler, those done a 105.6. Scar Wars 105.8. Hunty the Punty on a 105.9. NGR Cutler 105.9. NGR Happy, he's on a 106.1, and NGR Bigsy on a 105.8, so that chucks him up into sixth. VLX Sparks has now put in a faster lap, a 104.6.
Fraser's on purple sectors, so is Sparks, so they look to be trading places at the top as well.
And these two were the top two drivers really last week.
Sparks has lost a ton of time, I think he's backed out or something.
So F124 has only managed a 104.7, still in second as his fastest lap, but not managing to take that place off Sparks yet. Sean Daniels, this is CJW Racing, who's commentator with me tonight. He usually commentates over the pro lobby, but due to a lack of numbers, the pro and pro-am lobbies have joined forces tonight. We've done this, what's this, third week now? Second week, third week? I think it's third week, isn't it?
I think we're on the third week of our co-joining commentary.
Co-joining. That's the one. So yeah, go check out CJW's stuff, mate. Give him a like, subscribe, and all that sort of thing. He does do. Do you actually stream any of your races live, Chris, or have I just been lying to people all this time?
I tend not to. No, I did used to, but I just can't be bothered anymore. So I do all my post-race replays now. So I did the GT3 ones quite recently. That's too new.
Okay, my pad has decided to stop working. I've got nothing. What's going on? Yeah. Okay, pad died. Bizarre. Okay, yeah, I'm back. So NGR Cutler, he's chucked in a 105.4. That's put him in 4th place. 5 minutes into quali. Myler Tyler 5th place. So the Pro-Am boys not doing too bad then against these pros on this track.
No, they do tend to hold their own. You'll probably find there's not a ton of field spread in terms of qualifying time. Certainly when the race gets going as well, it'll be tightly packed for a few laps as well. So yeah, in for a good sprint race, mate.
I think so. Your mate Hunty the Punty in 8th at the minute, 105.7. Has he kept reminding you about how complimentary you were to him the other week?
You know what? He's not mentioned it.
You might do now.
But you've reminded me. I've got to amend that this time round. So expect a tirade of abuse as he gets knocked down.
Okay.
By someone ahead, improving their time.
All right. Well, let's start with Hunty. I don't like your paint job. There you go. That's caused him to spin after.
I can't really blame him for that because that was assigned to him. Well, I'll just randomly shout at him at points on the stream where I know we'll be watching. Well done to you at PFI as well, by the way.
To say. Cheers, mate. Yeah, it was a tough one, really. It was a tough one. We were up against some really quick guys. We just managed to pit their last driver at the end. Came out, I think, 4 seconds in front with a pit stop. They had a pit stop over us. They'd done all their pit stops. We had one left. And we managed to gain that time, enough to get him in and out in front of him, and then just spanked the laps in and took him by 30 seconds.
Nice.
Yeah, over 100 minutes. I didn't think that, it was, like I say, a tough fought battle, but yeah, it was good. So get yourself a team together, Chris, because I know you want to get back behind the wheel.
I do, mate. Well, I think one of the lads in P1 was talking about it, weren't they?
They were. And I know there's a couple of guys from the MRC who are itching as well, so there's plenty of people at it. It could end up being the MRC Cup.
Yeah, I'm not as quick as you and Potter in a kart though, but I'm sure I'll improve.
It don't take long.
I'm a quick learner when it comes to that sort of stuff.
There you go. You've been in karts before, so it's just about remembering it. And obviously, the last time you went, it was chucking it down with rain.
It was good fun though.
It was good fun. Have you watched Tino's video?
Yeah, I've watched it. I don't think I'm ever in a race with him though.
No, I think you get overtaken by him. I think it's you that gets overtaken by him on the last turn.
Yeah, probably.
On that vid. But right, enough about karting. We can chat about a bit more about that during the race. We've got a bit more time.
Sparks leading the way though. I think Fraser's tactfully tucking into his slipstream.
Well, they were both going really slow a second ago, and VLX Sparks was sort of just wiggling his steering wheel, and then F124 was wiggling his steering wheel, but they were doing like second gear, just cruising along. I think they were just trying to, get each other to goad each other into a lap to see the lines and test each other out, maybe.
Yeah. Is well that or waiting for a gap.
Maybe.
As you've probably noticed, it's not exactly a big circuit, and if you get caught behind a slow car, it can ruin your lap. So they'll have probably been just sat on this straight waiting for an opportunity.
We are absolutely jammed up with traffic now. There's people all over the place. They're coming up on.
haven't been watching the sector times of this though. Let's see what Fraser puts in. Not improving a 104.7. Doesn't do that. Neither does Sparks improve. So they're going to have another crack at the whip.
Matthew Lambert still in 3rd place. NGR Cutler 4. Scar Wars has chucked in a 105.4. That's put him in 5th place.
It's a nice lap.
As well, a 105.499 for him, 6. Myler Tyler been pushed down to 7th now, 105.5 his fastest. And you're happy on a 105.5 as well. Bogus Begbie 9th place at the minute, 105.6. There's an absolute melee of cars coming through there.
Yeah, I was just going to mention that 6 cars in the same part of track. It's not going to help.
I was just about to say that's not going to benefit you qualifying at all. To the Punty then, 10th place for him, 105.6 on that last lap. He's going to get a damn good toe down here as well. So let's just keep an eye on this lap from Hunty, see what he can do. If it's rubbish, at least you've got some ammo. There you go, slower look, you've got ammo look.
Oh, Hunty. Shambles, mate. Absolute shambles.
Power then
even with a slipstream.
Even with a slipstream, Hunty. What are you playing at? So Kapow, 11th place. Oh, NGR Happy just getting right in the way of Kapow there, coming around that first hairpin. Oh, unfortunately, KZ2 Haas has not managed to get in the lobby. I've just seen his name pop up and thought I've not seen him.
Yeah, I don't know if he'd got the message that we were joining lobbies, but he just messaged me on Facebook and asked me who was hosting. So it's good that he's in. What you'll probably find on lap is we'll do qualifying. It will automatically launch the race, and then Cutler will ask everyone to leave to restart.
Yep.
He'll manually set the grid just so he can get another driver in.
Great. So Fraser still not managed to better that time. 104.9 that last lap. So we are just about 12 minutes in, not long left.
No one is on an improved lap so far. Just watching the timing screen.
Like I say, I think there's only so much you can eke out of this track, obviously being it's such a short course. Myler Tyler's chucked himself back up into 5th, 105.3, that's a good lap. Scar Wars 6, NGR Bigsy 7th, Bogus Begbie 8th, NGR Happy in 9th. Tiff Punty's still in 10th. And then Kapow down in 11th. As Chris has just said, hopefully we'll get KZ2 Haas back in the lobby as well. Sean, it's a him, not a them. CJW Racing is a him, not a them.
We are a collective.
We are a collective.
I'll drop a comment in.
He's going to do it. So Felix Sparks and F124 chasing each other around here. There he is, that man there. In it between the top two. In fact, there's not a lot in it between the top 4 really, maybe 5. Myler Tyler better in his time, so just over half a second between the top 5.
Sparks improves as well, so does Matt Lambert. So we're starting to see the times coming now, they're pushing a little bit more.
Yeah, Matthew Lambert's a bit closer to F124.
Fraser's not aiming for improving this lap, but he'll get round to the start-finish straight in time to start at our last lap, so he's lost chance to lean for Fraser if he wants a pole position.
So it's all or nothing then for Fraser now.
Neither him nor Matthew Lambert are on improved times. In fact, no one really setting the timing boards alight right now. Bogus Begbie looks like he might be improving his time. He's just coming towards the end of his lap now, but I'm not sure how much of a gap he's got to Bigsy ahead.
He's got 0.091, so nothing in it really.
He does manage to jump in.
He does. 105.4 then for Bogus.
The problem Fraser's got is he's got Gapow in front of him now, and Gapow has just got in his way a little bit. That's going to slow Fraser down.
So has Gapow doing the decent thing. I've seen him do that a few times. He's put in purple sectors though, CJ.
Oh. Didn't slow him down that much then, did it?
No, as I say, I've seen Gapow do that once or twice, just dive off track to allow the faster drivers through. It's a respectful thing to do, but you know, he should just stick to his lines and let these guys go round him.
Correct.
Just take the wider lines if he actually wants to stay out of the way, but doesn't have to drive off track. Regardless of how good or bad he thinks his driving is, as he mentioned in the chat earlier.
So Fraser's lost time in the second sector. He needs an absolute monumental last sector to hold a 3/10 deficit that he's got to Sparks at the minute.
He's not close enough to anyone for a tow either. Oh, he's dropped the back end. He's dropped the back end. That's that lap done.
But to be fair, it was all or nothing. You've got to push.
It was. So VLX Sparks then taking P1. Fraser in second, F124. Matthew Lambert third place. NGR Cutler in fourth. Myler Tyler fifth. Scarwar sixth. Bogus Begbie seventh. Bigsy eighth. They disappeared.
So get ready for the exit race.
The first turn shenanigans.
Well, no, because we're going to try and get KZ2.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah, that's right. So let's just see if people do disappear.
No.
Yeah, some people are racing, some people have left. Yeah.
Some of them are like, yeah. You did this at Spa. I don't know if you watched my coverage.
No, I didn't.
But you just buggered off.
I don't know what you're talking about. I thought I'd got a great start. I got a great start until I saw
you absolutely steamed it.
And then the second start wasn't so good.
I enjoyed that one, but 2.5 hours. My voice was done after that.
Sorry, mate. I didn't realise it was going to be quite so bloody long.
No, mate. It was good fun actually. The P1 boys do put a show on, so
they do. It's some good racing. Not so much for myself, but it was good racing. I ended up putting the wrong set of tyres on at the pit stop in the last race. Right, so are we leaving this lobby because everyone's carrying on racing? Here we go. Yeah, message has just come up.
So we'll have a manual grid set, and then we'll get underway properly.
We will.
I have to point out it's 9:30 and we've not even got underway with race 1 yet.
We haven't. Hunty the Punty is saying we can. I'm not going to say that word off, and we can stop talking crap about him. Fraser's flapping about the time. How did he manage that? Well, because he's obviously quicker than you, Fraser. That's how he managed that.
Oh, fighting words.
Well, that's the truth, isn't it? I'm not saying anything derogatory or anything. He's quicker than you. That's how he managed that time.
Voodoo magic, right?
Could be voodoo magic. So, have we got... Yes, KZ2 Haas is in the room. So, yeah, we're just waiting for NGR Cutler to set up the grid. And then we're back on it. go then. Grid order set by host. Hunty saying he's on pole. You won't go into which pole you're on, Hunty. I thought I heard some keys rattling away.
That's why I've got a keyboard.
So Fraser's just popped up saying if Sparks gets 2 wins and 2 fastest laps and I get second in both races, they'll be level on points.
Oh,
Hunty's saying he's not a pole, thank you very much. We didn't say you were. I didn't say you were. I said we won't talk about which pole you're on.
let's try and keep this stream PG-13, shall we? Not get it age restricted.
No, I've started.
Thank you for the sub, Sean Daniels, mate. Appreciate it. It's just popped up on my phone.
There you go. Nice one, Sean.
There we go. Everyone's entered up, so we'll be setting the lobby now. We should be underway in a minute or two.
Powell's loving this. Sorry, I'm just going to say Kapow. He's got the number 1 plate above his car at the minute. He's just ragging around with that quite happily, I think.
Good lad. I was just going to give you some standings for the Pro Boys at the minute. I know you've got the Pro-Am lads, so you can go through them if you haven't already. So, current championship leader in the Pro League is Fraser, who didn't get pole position today. But he's 9 points ahead of Sparks. Just behind them, quite a bit behind them, I'm afraid, though, is Cutler. We've got PK261 in 4th, Scar Wars in 5th, Big Z in 6th. Matthew Lambert, who's missed a load of rounds, is really quick, but he's missed a load of races. So he could upset things towards the end and cost people points. He's in 7th. Fredo, 1805, and Cuddles round out the top 10 in Pro. I'll shut up now and hand back over to you for the race start, though, mate.
Right, so we're in then. I think all drivers are still in the lobby. Let's see if we get any lobby issues or grid glitches. I hope not. Getting on now. Thomas Begbie piped up saying you aren't PG CJW, he's got proof.
What proof have you got?
Well,
I don't want to know what you've got. Hold on. Could be out.
So the revs are up, waiting for the lights to drop, and they're away. It's a bad start by Scar Wars. He's just been overtaken by Big Z in the background. VLX Sparks and F124 then, almost side by side coming into the first turn. So they're through there cleanly. They head up towards turn 3 and 4. There's a little open chicane, full speed through there. Hard on the brakes for the first of the hairpins. So VLX Sparks in first at the minute, F124 second, Matthew Lambert third, NGR Big Z just going around the outside of Cutler for fourth there. Cutler down into fifth. Marlon Tyler sixth.
Inventing his own track at the back here though.
I'm sure he's not even got a penalty. Myler Tyler looking to make his way through the pack, trying to go around the outside of NGR Cutler around there. They are side by side coming up here. Scar Wars right on the back bumper of Cutler as well for 7th. So I'm just going to stick with this little fight, see if everyone keeps it clean through here, side by side as they come through that final turn. Everyone keeping it clean, very respectful. Begbie in 8th, taking an inside line there, looking to go for a lunge on Myler Tyler and getting that job done as well. So Bogus Begbie up into 7th, NGR Happy 8th, Hunty up into 9th, Myler Tyler down in 10th, and after all that, a little bit of contact between Myler Tyler and Hunty as well. KZ2 Haas in 11th, and Kapow down in 12th. So I think you were right, Chris, just looking to stay out of the way of the guys in front, not causing any chaos. VLX Sparks F124 and Matthew Lambert have made a break from guys behind by 1.6 seconds.
I think I might be nice to Hunty again and say he's just pulled off a lovely little switchback move at the chicane, the hairpin. Happy went a little bit deep, yeah, and he just got a nice little switchback that I'm just watching back and drove it up the inside and just got a better drive out the corner, so that's him up to 8th. Nice little move for him, personal best lap time as well. Yeah, some nice racing so far.
So far, it's all going good. Powell's dropped a hell of a lot of time, so he is now 6 seconds off the back of KZ2 House. He's right down the field. So back up to the front, still nothing in it between Sparks F124 and Matthew Lambert. So this first race is no tyre wear. They are only allowed to use mediums. And a full tank of gas, no need to pit. And then second race will be a slightly different setup. I think is it times 10 tyre wear and 4 fuel, Chris? I think so.
Yeah, it's it's 10 tyre wear and 8 fuel.
That was 8 fuel, apologies.
Yeah, it's pretty extreme as well, so you do notice that.
Yeah. And then it's any tyres between racing hards and racing softs, I believe. Mini Monkey, evening mate, how you doing? So CJ, if you didn't know, Mini Monkey is Raoul. From P1. He's got all sorts of names as our Raoul.
many internet aliases.
Many. I'm sure his real name's Darren Mueller or something like that. I'm sure it is. Don't know why he calls himself Raoul. I'm sure it's the son of Raoul. Is what Raoul Cien Baba means. Son of Raoul.
So Hunty's just done his normal punt a car off track thing, but he has waited up for him, so a bit of contact between him and Milo Tyler at T1, but he did wait up for him and he's let him past.
Down in 11th now. That's aka the Turtle Terrorist, Baggy Snails. Yes, Dennis Mueller putting his thumbs up. That's right. I thought I saw it somewhere. Mini Monkey saying he's aka the Terrorist or the Turtle Terrorist in some respects. So still VLX Sparks leading this race, just under 5 minutes in. Still nothing in it between those top 3 drivers. Losing a bit more time. NGR Cutlery 3.3 seconds back now. He's got Bigsy for company, so that pair have managed to make a little bit of a break away from the pack behind. Bogus Begbie Scar Wars, NGR Happy and KZ2 battling it out for 6th place there then. KZ2's come from the back of the pack though, hasn't he? So he's not doing too bad.
Yeah, he's done a good job, KZ2. The guys fighting up ahead are going to help him out though in the remaining half of the race. Of course the second race is going to shape out very differently because that's where strategy really plays a part. In this one it's just flat out.
That's right.
Scrub your tyres to death and don't care about the fuel consumption. So Greta Thunberg does not approve of this race, but she will approve of the fuel savings that will happen next time around. So
maybe she may.
Maybe. At least these aren't V8 minutes.
That's a good point. That is a good point. Dennis Michael Mueller. Okay, Mini Monkey. All right, that doesn't sound very German. Mueller bit does, obviously. And yes, he is baggy. Total. So Cutler and Bigsy still at it. Cutler's made a bit of a break from Bigsy though. He's got a 1.5 second gap over him.
It's all about that for 6th though, isn't it? I'm just watching this Bogus Begbie and Scar Wars battle at the minute.
Scar Wars making a little move down the inside, just having to back out through there.
He's been measuring that up for a couple of laps, and I think he just decided to go for it there. So we might see him make a lunge up into T1. I think now is he's choosing this lap to be his time to try and get past.
Bogus Begbie getting it a little bit wrong through the first turn there. So that's allowed Scar Wars. He's literally pushing him down the track. So into this first hairpin. Different lines through there from Bogus and Scar Wars. Bogus trying to take a little bit of a defensive line. It's just slowing him down a little bit. You see Scar Wars has got a better speed, but Bogus is just sticking his car wherever he needs to.
It's going to make him go deep though.
Yeah, he's done that cutback again.
Move. Bit of door banging.
It was. Sounded a bit more brutal than it was, but Bogus Begbie still on track and right behind Scar Wars. Although NGR Happy has just run alongside him. Changed camera, damn it. Taken that place off of Bogus Begbie around there then, so Bogus Begbie going from 6th to 8th in a matter of a corner and a straight. He's looking to get that place straight back though into T1. NGR Happy's run himself wide, and that has allowed KZ2 Haas through as well.
He got that all wrong, didn't he? It's
very
easy to catch your brakes wrong on that corner, because for most of this track you want rear facing brake bias, but because of the little crest at T1 just unsettles the car, so unless you're willing to sit there tweaking your brake balance around, you're just going to have to cope with that lift off oversteer basically in T1.
So Myler Tyler and Hunty are still at it after the little bit of contact between the pair.
There's been another nudge between Bogus Begbie and Scar Wars. Or is that KZ2 and NGR Happy? Down to the last chicane.
There's a bit of distance between those pairs, so maybe.
Happy just went basically for a bit of a lunge on KZ2 Haas.
He
licked the stamp and sent it.
He was behind KZ2 Haas a second ago. So still VLX Sparks leading this one. He has managed to gain a second over F124, and he himself has gained 2 seconds over Matthew Lambert in third place. F124 and Matthew both holding little bits of penalty, but nothing to be concerned about. NGR Cutler not managing to make any time up on these guys. He's still 3.5 seconds back. Careful there, Cutler. So he's just run himself wide out of the second hairpin. That's going to slow him down a bit and allow Bigsy to catch back up a little bit. Not enough, really. He's only gained 0.1 of a second. So Scar Wars leading the fight for 6th place. He's got Bogus Begbie only a second behind him. And he's got NGR Happy in 8th, only half a second back. KZ2 coming back into this fight, he's only 0.8 of a second. Goes for a massive drift with that mini round that first turn. Looking to get that place back off NGR Happy as soon as possible. We're 10 minutes into this race. Just 4.5 minutes remaining. F124 currently holding fastest lap as well with a 1:04.5. VLX Sparks extending his lead up front, so he's at 1.4 seconds in front of F124, and he's also extended that gap over Matthew Lambert as well. That's up to 2.2 seconds.
He is currently the holder of the fastest lap though, which of course I believe that does give you a point in this. So it's
VLX Sparks has just taken that.
Has he just got it?
VLX Sparks, yeah, 105,
just got it.
104.560, and F124's 104. Hey, what's that all about? 104.587. Oh yeah, that's
a little bit slower, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, sorry, I thought I'd read VLX Sparks at 105 for some reason. Matthew Lambert just losing a bit more time to F124, but he's got not a lot to worry about from Cutler behind. He's 5.5 seconds back, although Bigsy seems to be closing that gap still. And Scarwall's still leading his fight for 6th place. Bogus, Begbie, NGR, Happy and KZ2 still pretty close behind him as well, although KZ2 has dropped off the back a little bit. Tyler's still leading the way between that battle between himself and Hunty the Punty. Hunty lost a bit of time, 1.7 seconds, maybe a bit of off-track action for him. Kapow then, so he's 10 seconds off the back of Hunty. So he's not having that much of a bad race, Kapow.
No, he's doing alright, to be fair to the lad. Nice and consistent, looking at his times on the right.
106 is all of those, yeah. 107, but...
He might have, well, that was lap 5, so chances are he was still dealing with cars at that point in the race. Which can be off-putting, see a lap time.
But still doing alright. Like I say, he's not been lapped like 15 times or anything like that. Which on a short course like this could be easily done if you don't know it and you spin yourself off.
Easy to clip the grass as well.
Very easy. So VLX Sparks then, he's chucked in an absolute stormer. He's now 3.2 seconds up the road from F124. Matthew Lambert 2.6 back off him, 2.7 now. Again, nothing to worry about from NGR Cutler, 6 seconds back. That gap between himself and Bigsy, though, still at 1.7, 1.8 seconds. Scarwell's has made a bit of a break over Bogus Begbie. NGR Happy still only 3/4 of a second back from him. KZ2 Haas has lost a bit more time. Coming into the last couple of laps of this race. This possibly will be the last lap.
I think it will be given where Sparks is on the circuit.
Yeah, so he's just coming around the first hairpin. Leading this race by 3.3 seconds as well over F124.
Well, what's that going to mean is he's got a lot of traffic to fight through in race 2. Whether they'll do the splitting of the grids, we'll talk about that in the break.
Yes,
we'll see what they're going to do.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's going to be the first one to cross the line. A little bit of space between every car. Doesn't look like we're going to get any last lap battles. Happy's probably the closest one to make an actual move on track.
Yeah, just watch VLX Sparks come around the last corner. So he takes the win. F124 giving a bit of a swerve. He takes 2nd place. Matthew Lambert 3rd. NGR Cutler then bringing home 4th place. Bigsy in 5th. Scarwall's 6th. Bogus Begbie and NGR Happy 7th and 8th. KZ2 Haas in 9th. Milo Tyler 10th and Hunty the Punty 11th. Just waiting for Kapow now. So he's only 13.6 seconds off of Hunty, 38 seconds off of the lead. That's not bad, that's less than a lap.
After 20 minutes of racing, not bad at all.
Yeah, I'd say that's alright.
But good job by Sparks then. Again, doing further work to reduce the deficit to Fraser, so that's going to bring the last couple of races into play for the Pro Championship.
It did. I think I did mention that Fraser popped up and said that if he wins this race, 2nd race, and gets both fastest laps, Fraser gets 2nd, they'll be equal on points. So they'll be going into the last 2 rounds of the season.
I've got a wet race coming up as well, so next week's going to be, I want to say it's Red Bull Short.
Red Bull Short in the wet. Oh, that'll be interesting. see there's been a bit of run-off on a couple of those turns.
Just a little bit, mate. Just a little bit. We've done that race already in the Siroccos. It's awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pain in the backside, basically.
Yeah, I think the P1 boys did it in the Toyotas last season. But obviously we didn't have the wet then. It was the short circuit, but no weather. So Hunty just popping up on the chat saying he was awful, but at least he didn't get overtaken. But to be honest, didn't get overtaken very cleanly by Happy or Bogus. But hey, well. Fraser Smith just saying that VLX Sparks is rapid here. Well, he obviously is. So, lobby settings for race 2 then. So they only start with 70 litres of fuel.
Tyre wear at 10 times is the important bit on this. It may only be a short lap, but it's quite a high deg circuit. You're putting a lot of load on them tyres in the SS section in sector 2.
Yeah,
sector 1 is a long right-hander. Then you've got the same for basically you've got 3 hairpins at this circuit. And it loads the outer tyre, so you tend to get a lot of front end tyre wear. So to counteract that, you have to put all the tyre so the brake balance to the rear just to counteract it.
Yep.
That makes the car very unbalanced into T1, so you'll see a lot of people sort of trying to catch drifts into T1, I expect, in this race. People like Cutler will be very good at that.
Well, we've seen that in previous weeks. Yeah, we've seen that in previous weeks, how good that guy is at saving his tyres. Fraser's good at it as well.
So, just wait for this to get underway.
So
in terms of strategy,
have we got a race start time yet?
Did
they give us anything?
Not popped in now.
No, okay.
Normally have a few minute break, don't we?
Yeah. So I'm just going to run through the Pro-Am top 10. For some reason, just like yourself, CJ, it wouldn't load up the bottom half of the table for me earlier. So I've only got the top 10 like yourself. So Bogus Begbie, prior to this race, I'll just let people know, not including this race, but as of last week's racing, Bogus Begbie was leading this championship on 259 points. Only 20 points back from him is Myler Tyler on 239. And Hunty the Punty, third place, 219. Don't give him any more compliments, Chris. Won't be able to get in his car. It will look like he's got his helmet on when he's not. So Boonsy, he's in fourth place on 186. And then in fifth place we've got Weed Smoker on 101 points. TWT UK not in the room tonight on 94. NGR Happy, he's on 74 in 7th place. And Jamie J is not in this lobby tonight either, he's on 62, sorry, is that 52? My eyes are going wrong. 62, yeah. Then we've got Kapow, he is 49 points. And unfortunately Dragon Eagle, he's ducked out of this championship. Just struggling to get the time to race, poor bloke. So I think NGR Cutler's looking to start this race ASAP, Chris.
All the better for me. I've got an early start at work tomorrow.
There you go.
I'm even skipping practicing for Wednesday night, which I normally do after this. I normally do a little bit of practice.
Must be serious. Why are you getting up for work early? What's that all about?
I'm in work at 8 and I've got to drop the daughter off at the childminders at like 7, and I'm not a morning guy, mate.
No, me neither.
So I've had to set like a R5 alarm.
Yeah,
I think I need one of them things that shut water at you at morning, because an alarm just don't cut it.
One of those slappy hands that sits above your head. Just
Yeah. Defo. If anyone wants to buy me that for Christmas, get a GoFundMe going. I need it.
Hunty, man, don't be like that, man. Just you shouldn't really be listening to the stream. It's like having like team radio or something, feeding you information on other drivers' progress. But don't turn the stream off, because obviously the more watchers and things.
It's alright, now I know he's watching during the race, I'll just feed him misinformation.
There's an idea.
In fact, let's have a look what tyres is going on. Has he entered yet? Super softs, brave. I hope you're good at tyre saving, pal.
Flipping it. That's going to be like 2 laps and in.
It is, isn't it? Most people going for a slightly harder compound than that. 70 litres starting fuel, I reckon on that. I've not done any fuel consumption testing here, but if you can get 10 minutes out of that, you should be able to do a decent 2-stop. But I guess we'll just see how the race plays out.
We will. Under race conditions, it all changes really. Testing is one thing, but race conditions is something else.
If Hunty though, because he's going to be starting relatively close to the front of the grid.
Was that a little dig? Were you having a little dig?
Well, I mean, if he can escape and not bin it, then he might stand a chance at not coming last.
Well, who's he got to get past?
Kapow.
Just Kapow, isn't it?
Yeah. So if he can navigate Kapow early on.
He will have Myler Tyler for company though, so I don't know whether he'll be able to make a break as easily as maybe you're thinking.
Both of them boys are on mediums though to start.
Hunty's coming up with the excuses already, saying he doesn't race this track.
Yeah, your racing super softs are gonna die.
Yeah, they are.
10 times tyre wear. Every lap you do on this circuit is taking 10 laps out of the stickiest compound of tyres you've got. They ain't lasting.
Even Fraser's telling you to go for softs, not super softs. Look,
I'll get a good 5-10 minutes out of those tyres. Well, we're gonna find out.
We will find out. Oh, we've started the final. I better go to track. He's not messing about then, Cutler. He wants to crack on with it. So you lot stop chatting on the stream. Hunty, face your telly. And you, Fraser. And you, Begbie.
So at some point Fraser will start typing in the comments while he's racing.
He will.
That's
He
his
will.
favourite trick, that.
Whilst going through one of the tightest hairpins, battling side by side with somebody. So we're about to start then. It's a good start from all drivers. Nobody's stuck at the back of the grid. Hunty the Punty has got away really well. As has Kapow though. Kapow then being taken into the first corner. He's just going to be overtaken by KZ2 Haas and Myler Tyler running through there as well. He's getting a little bit of a nudge off one of those drivers. I didn't quite see who that was. Just being pushed down into 4th then. Kapow 5th now as Bigsy goes down the inside.
Oh, it's big at the back. It's big at the back.
Oh, so Bigsy's in the wall.
I was just watching Sparks just to see how everyone. I was just about to say to you that Fraser's navigating his way through this well, then suddenly everyone's stopped.
So Fraser's down in 10th at the minute. So he's got past
Fraser lost out massively.
Bigsy into the wall, so that's F124's a little bit of contact on NGR Cutler in front of him. Scarwall's looking for a move on F124 already, but let's just go to the front. Hunty the Punty then, he's got 1.7 second lead on this race. He's gaining as well, 1.8 seconds over KZ2 Haas.
Oh, someone's off in the back.
Matthew Lambert just run himself a bit wide. It's up into third already for Matthew. Bogus Begbie 4th place, Kapow 5th still. Oh, F124's just hit the dirt on that last turn. Slowed him down a bit. But Kapow still holding 5th. VLX Sparks up into 4th. So it's looking good for VLX Sparks in this championship, then looking to gain all those points back on F124. If F124 doesn't finish second in this race, that means VLX Sparks, if he gets fastest lap, will be ahead of
Yeah,
Fraser.
he should take the lead.
Yeah.
Just.
We have got half an hour's worth of racing, so plenty of action to come. Bogus Begbie holding 5th, Marla Tyler 6th, Kapow being pushed down into 7th now. NGR Cutler 8th, Scar Wars in 9th. F124, just been talking about him in 10th place.
He's got some work to do.
He has. Bigsy's got himself up past NGR Happy into 11th, and NGR Happy then for some reason he's at the back of the pack.
He had an off last lap, mate. Yeah,
I was going to say, there's an awful lot of damage on his car. So damage is on line, so it will repair itself. They don't have to come into the pits to get this repaired, but it will slow them down. But Hunty the Punty then, 3.2 second lead over KZ2 Haas at the minute. KZ2 Haas under some serious pressure from Matthew Lambert. I think we need a different camera angle, that one.
So the longer KZ2 can keep Matthew Lambert behind him, the better. Really?
Only for
this is allowing
Hunty.
Hunty to escape. The concern I guess I've got for Hunty is we're starting to see tyre wear at a level where it's going to start affecting his pace already.
Yeah, forget he's on the.
We are 3.5 minutes into the race.
Yeah, so being slightly compromised then by excessive tyre wear on those super softs. Though saying that, KZ2 Haas's mediums aren't in much better condition, really.
Oh, that's a good point. They're both doing a similar job on fuel as well.
Matthew Lambert, his tyres aren't much better than the mediums. VLX Sparks doing a half decent job with his though. And he's come from the back of the pack as well, so doing a good job. And Purple Sectors looking to make moves down the inside of Matthew Lambert as well into that second hairpin, taking that place off of him. Third place for VLX Sparks. So he's just got a dispatch of KZ2 Haas, and then he can start hunting down Hunty the Punty in P1. Fraser's left the room.
Yeah, I've just watched it, and I was just waiting for a gap. We're basically going into the first chicane. Scar Wars did launch it up the inside. Now I didn't see how far back he came from, so it's not for me to say whether that was a legitimate move or not, but there was contact.
That's a shame. That's a shame. So that does mean that VLX Sparks is going to take the lead in this championship then.
And he's made his way past Matthew Lambert and now challenging KZ2.
He has a little bit of contact between KZ2 Haas and Matthew Lambert there though. Almost gave KZ2 a little bit of a push down the road to keep him safe from VLX Sparks, but VLX Sparks right on his rear bumper as they come into this second hairpin. KZ2 Haas going defensive.
For someone who's new to the minute, he's driving really well. He's holding off pretty much the championship leader in the Pro and one of the fastest drivers in the league as well. And he's holding his own.
He is. He's not doing bad at all. So, let me just plug this in before it dies.
Hunty, meanwhile, 5 seconds up the road. I've got to be honest, he's doing a decent job with them tyres now. He seems to have managed them a little bit better. The fighting behind is helping him, but now Sparks is through into second.
He is.
So, the gap at 5 seconds when Sparks makes it past. Let's see if he can reduce that.
So it's down to less than 5 seconds already, but only just. like you say, VLX Sparks is a really quick driver. KZ2 has, though, like you say, holding his own. He's still battling out with Matthew Lambert for 4th place at the minute. Bogus Begbie, he's got a little bit of breathing room, so he's got a 2-second gap in front to Matthew Lambert, just over a second to Cutler behind him. Cutler's more worried about Myler Tyler behind, I think, at the minute than he is what he's going to be doing with Bogus Begbie if he catches up with him. Although he's just dropped Myler Tyler through that last turn. So Scar Wars in 8th place, holding a little bit of a penalty. Just losing that through that first turn. NGR Happy 9th, Kapow in 10th. And Bigsy. So Bigsy's on the softs. His tyres are looking absolutely battered. He's down in 11th place at the minute. Just over a quarter of a tank of fuel as well.
Oh yeah, that's shunted them tyres, hasn't it?
Yeah.
So just keeping a watch on things as we go through. Matthew Lambert's got past KZ2 Haas. He's just got a better drive around the final turn.
He has.
KZ2 he's all over him like a fat kid on a cupcake though, so he's not letting him escape.
He is.
Sparks on a harder compounder tyre has took 7 tenths out of Hunty in the last lap and a half, so he's starting to reel him in.
Yeah, we can see the wear on Hunty's tyres now starting to come into effect. That front left almost half worn. It's just compromising his exit speeds into some of these corners. Just have to hold off from stamping the throttle, otherwise it's just driving the front end of that car off track.
Must be said though, he's not racing Sparks. They're not in the same championship. They're on the same track, but they're not in the same championship. His actual competition is KZ2, who is 7.7 seconds behind him.
So there's still not a lot in it, although as I say, Hunty the Punty's tyres really starting to drop off now. I mean, KZ2 Haas's tyres aren't much better, but they will last a few more laps than Hunty's before they get into that condition.
If you have a look at Cutler, he's on the super softs as well.
He's done a fantastic job on those.
Better than a lot of people on mediums.
I did say this, he's good at holding a decent set of tyres for a long time, isn't he, this man?
Yeah, it can give you a real world advantage when your tyre multipliers are at this level. So it does. I mean, I see it in the GT3s. His ability to hold tyre wear, often helps him with race pace.
What's he driving in the GR3s?
Merc AMG.
Okay.
Which is one of the better cars for tyre wear compared to the others. But that being said, all the other guys in the same car chew the tyres up, so it is the driver, it's not the car, so to speak.
So Bogus Begbie under some serious pressure now, looking to hold that 6th place. He's got Scar Wars and Myler Tyler fighting it out behind him. Myler Tyler just holding onto that 7th place through the 2nd hairpin, but Scar Wars is right on his rear bumper. Penalty of Scar Wars. Myler Tyler's going for a lunge down the inside of Bogus Begbie, taking that place off him. He's just peeled over to the right as well. It's allowing Bogus Begbie back through, but it's going to allow Scar Wars to come through as well, take that place off him. So I think he was just a little bit too hard on Bogus Begbie when he took that place. He's just giving it back to him. And he is now in a tussle for 7th place with Scar Wars. Scar Wars is looking to take the place off of Bogus Begbie as they come into Dunlop. Bogus has got the inside line though, and then into ATR. And Bogus is holding his car in a fantastic position then, just to fend off Scar Wars through there. Contact between Scar Wars and Bogus. VLX Sparks, then he's come in the pits.
Yeah, he just had a bit of an off-track moment.
Decided to
Not
swap
a
his
massive
tyres out.
one.
He's going to swap these tyres out early though.
Well, what Hunty's doing is he's opening himself up now to the one stop. So because he's extended that first stint, he's done that. So he's took them tyres 12 minutes. If he slaps on a harder compound and fills his car up, I think a one stop's potentially possible.
Quite possible. So he's got 8 seconds, 7.9 seconds over Matthew Lambert in second place. He will be coming in the pits any second. He's about out of fuel. So let's see what Hunty the Punty does then.
Sparks has committed to the two stop. Got softs and half a tank, so he's keeping his car light for this middle stint.
Has he come back out of the softs, has he? Oh yeah, he has.
He's back out on softs, yeah.
Yeah, like
Star Wars has done a similar thing.
So yeah,
KZ2's the only one so far that's given himself the option of going long and filling up to the brim. So if he fuel saves a little bit, he can potentially go to the end of the race, I think.
Possibly. So, Matthew Lambert now taking provisional P1. He's yet to stop, as has Cutler. Again, Cutler's done well on fuel as well. Saved a little bit on over the other guys. Myler Tyler not doing too bad on fuel either. NGR happy in the red. VLX Sparks back up to 5th then. Purple sectors already.
Yeah, I probably expect him to come in again around the 10-minute mark. So this middle stint will be very short, and it will just be designed to reduce that deficit. So for this middle stint to work, he needs to clear Happy and Myler Tyler quickly.
Well, he's catching them quickly enough. He's putting in purple sectors still.
Oh, Matthew Lambert's just hit the pit entry sign.
That won't give us that shot. It's just shows us his pit crew, unfortunately. So Cutler then taking the lead. So he's going to get one more lap out of that fuel and those tyres. He's got 7.2 seconds over Myler Tyler. He's yet to stop. VLX Sparks right behind him though in 3rd. Hunty the Punty 4th now. We've come out on some softs. So he should be able, if he can get the racing super softs to last 13-14 minutes, he should be able to get the softs to last the rest of the race really.
It's possible. Yeah, there's certainly no reason why not. He has got to treat them a little bit more carefully though.
So we'll keep our eye on
You are
Hunty.
taking that tyre a lot longer than you should, but yeah, we'll keep an eye on it.
He's done the same with the super softs, hasn't he? So he knows what he's doing. Hunty. So Cutler then in the pits, just with VLX Sparks currently in 2nd place, but he will take 1st as he comes past NGR Cutler in the pits. Myler Tyler also in the pits as well.
So both of those now probably going for a one stop. So Sparks, don't forget, he's going to have to pit again. So this is where he now needs to get his foot down.
So he is extending that gap over Hunty, not by a lot, but it's up to 9.2 seconds, 9.3 now. He's just dropped a bit of time through there. So NGR Cutler coming back out into possible 3rd if he can get past Scar Wars. So they are side by side coming into the 1st of the chicanes. Scar Wars got the inside line through there though. NGR Cutler just hanging out. Decided to let Scar Wars go through.
It's probably wise, his tyres would have been cold. Too easy to break yourself into the wall on that one.
It certainly is. Matthew Lambert then, he's come out in 5th place.
Again, potentially going long.
I thought so. He's got almost a full tank on the mediums. KZ2 Haas out in 6th. He's under a little bit of pressure from Bogus Begbie behind, only half a second back. NGR Happy 8th, Minor Tyler 9th. Kapow still holding 10th place. And NGR Bigsy in 11th. So I don't know whether Bigsy's struggling with this track. I would have expected him further up the field than he is. But VLX Sparks extended that gap over Hunty the Punty, 10.4 seconds he is now. Didn't pay attention to how long the pit window was.
No, I was trying to see how long. I was trying to time how long Cutler spent in it, but it's hard to gauge it because he fueled long. I don't think it's absurd. I'd probably expect 10 seconds for tyres, probably add a little bit more on if you're fueling, so you're probably looking at a 16-17 second pit stop.
Which would give Hunty the lead again, but it would then allow VLX Sparks to hunt him down in the latter part of the race with the better tyres.
Correct, mate, correct. And I'd probably expect that to happen. Hunty's lapping at a decent pace without killing those tyres too much. You can see Sparks is driving, he's nailing them. He doesn't really need to worry that much.
No, he can put the hammer down really, can't he, and smash through those no problem, knowing he's coming in a few minutes' time. But he's not managed to break away too far. That gap only 10.8 still, just 10.9. So you can see him then on that back straight. He's just seen him go around the last corner.
So again, we're in that middle bit of the race, mate, where things are starting just to unfold a little bit now.
That's right. Starts closing back up any second now. So Matthew Lambert doing a good job in 4th, closing the gap on NGR Cutler. He's just lost a bit of time coming around that last corner though. KZ2 Haas in 5th. He's managed to drop off Bogus Begbie. NGR Happy now is putting Bogus under some pressure. NGR Happy looking to take that place off him into the first turn. Nice and cleanly from NGR Happy then. 6th place for him. He's just pushed Bogus Begbie down a spot. Myler Tyler in 8th. He's coming under a little bit of pressure from Scar Wars, just a second between these two. Scar Wars drifting the back end of that mini through there, losing a bit of time as well.
Yeah, he did just get it wrong at T1, Scar Wars, which let Myler Tyler through. So Scar Wars are going to want that place back.
So Kapow still holding his own in 11th. He's got NGR Bigsy, he is closing him down a little bit. Gap down to 1.9 seconds, 1.8 seconds. But still not doing too bad there, Kapow. So VLX Sparks then, he has broken a bit more of a gap over Hunty the Punty, 11.6 seconds. As you say, still not enough for to get in the pits and back out in front of Hunty the Punty, but enough to allow him to be pretty close to him when he comes out the pits after his second stop.
And he'll have fresh softs, and well, to be fair, I might expect him to even jump on a set of super softs just for that extra grip.
He is coming in the pits now. Let's just jump on board with Hunty. So he's coming up the back straight and into this last turn. I can see VLX Sparks. He's stopped. The Punty then provisionally goes into first place. VLX Sparks still not left the pits yet. He is back on the move now.
Crucially in front of Cutler.
He comes out with an 8.2 second gap over behind Hunty. So he'll be looking to hunt him down. So he's got 9 minutes remaining.
Second a lap in it.
Yeah, if he can do it. This is a short course.
I guess the thing in his favour now is Hunty's tyre wear means his times are dropping into the 106s. We know Sparks has got 104s in him when he pushes. So providing he can lap in the mid to low 105s, by the end of the race, he'll have him.
And he's closer to Hunty than Hunty was to him previously, so 7.3 seconds that gap down to. As you say, not a lot to worry about from behind. It's 3.7 seconds back to NGR Cutler. Matthew Lambert 1.4 seconds back from him. NGR happy, we just saw get past KZ2 Haas, 6.8 seconds back off Matthew Lambert. KZ2 Haas, he's lost a bit of time to NGR happy, he's 2.4 seconds back, slowly falling into the clutches of Bogus Begbie. Myler Tyler in 8th, so he's dropped off Scar Wars then. Scar Wars now dropped himself in the pits. Biggsy's got himself back past Kapow as well. So it looks like Kapow's had a bit of off-track action. He's 23 seconds back from Bigsy. Was a couple of seconds the other way. The gap at the front then down to 5.5 seconds between VLX Sparks and Hunty the Punty. So he is doing it. He's taken a second a lap out quite easily.
I've been monitoring that as we go along, and yeah, we set up for. I don't think Hunty will. The thing is, they're not in a direct competition fight. 104.8. Geez.
Yeah.
Just for comparison, Hunty's last lap was 2 seconds slower.
106.7. Yeah.
That's tyre wear for you. So yeah, they're not in direct competition. They're in technically different championships. So whether he'll put up too much of a fight.
But it is always nice to take that P1 slot, you know, regardless of whether you're in the same race or not.
And I'll tell you what, it'd be a big scalp for him to get Sparks as well.
It would. Are we saying he had a bit of an advantage by starting at the front of the pack?
A bit of an advantage.
Yeah, we've got to say he's had a bit of an advantage.
Would he be there without it, mate, is the question you ask yourself.
Well, that's a very good question. So that gap down to 3.7 seconds, 6 minutes remaining of this race. So all the work to do for Hunty then is his to lose really from VLX Sparks. So big gaps back to NGR Cutler now. That's 7 seconds, that gap back down to him. Why isn't my keyboard working now? So they're just starting to stretch out a little bit as it comes to the end of this race. Really the closest battle is going to be the Hunty the Punty VLX Sparks battle. Bogus Begbie and Myler Tyler are reasonably close. There's big gaps between Myler Tyler, KZ2 and Bigsy. Scar Wars back out of the pits in 10th place. He's got Kapow 4 seconds back. Just about to be lapped by Hunty. So still not doing too bad. That's a half an hour race and he's only just about to get lapped. So the gap between Hunty and VLX Sparks down to 2 seconds now. Then 5 minutes remaining in this race. Let's have a little bit of a ride on board with Hunty the Punty. Just watch VLX Sparks from his rear view mirror perspective. Gap down to 1.3 seconds now.
There's one thing catching him, it's quite another getting past though.
I think with the tyre deg on Hunty's car, I don't think that's going to be too much of an issue for VLX Sparks, to be honest. There's hardly any wear on his tyres compared to Hunty's. Hunty holding a bit more fuel as well. Both of these guys pass Kapow. So as they come across this line to start lap 24, there's going to be 4 minutes remaining. Gap down to half a second between VLX Sparks. Sparks going for a
Oh,
dive
goes
down
for
the
it.
inside.
I don't think Hunty
No.
even thought about fighting that, did
No,
he?
I think you're quite correct there. I think Hunty was quite happy just to let him pass.
So yeah, he didn't even get on the throttle till, well, way late, until Sparks was gone by. He didn't even get on the throttle. So he's going to try and consolidate that now. Got 10 seconds to Cutler, so if he can keep Cutler behind him, he's still a big scalp.
I think with 10 seconds back to Cutler, he should be still with 3 minutes remaining. I think it's in the bag for Hunty, second place at the minute.
As long as he keeps it on track.
Well, if we look at those tyres, what's he going to get? He's going to get about 3 laps out of this, isn't he? He's not losing time to Cutler, so it's looking good for Hunty then. He's not allowed VLX Sparks to disappear too far up the road. That's only 1.5 seconds.
No, but you can hear the torture going on in the background as those tyres squeal in anguish.
Yeah. I think every corner you can hear as a car goes past, and you know, you're focusing on another car, you just hear that screech, don't you?
Sounds like McDonald's car park at 2 in the morning, that.
So nobody really battling it out as we come to the final couple of laps of this race. What's your thoughts on driver of the day, mate?
At this stage, I've got to be honest, for me, at the minute, it's probably Hunty. And I don't want to be too nice to the guy, because I said I was going to give him abuse, but I've actually been quite impressed with him in this feature race.
I'll help you out there by saying, screw Hunty, right? I'm going to give I'm going to give I'm going to give Kapow a bit of a shout this week.
Kapow,
because he was a little bit worried about getting in the way, and you know, all the pro boys and getting the heebie-jeebies. He's done all right. He held his own in the first race. He held his own in the second race. All right, he might have come last in both, but he's not gave up for starters, which we know certain drivers do that.
Yep.
Bob Bristow. He's been a bit too respectful to let the drivers through. You know, he's driven himself off track to do that when he shouldn't have done. You know, he's kept it clean and respectful. And yeah, I think he's just done a half decent job in. Like I say, he's not got the results, but he's kept it clean and respectful, and that's kind of what we want. So for me, I'm giving him a bit of a shout. Okay, I'll give Hunty a shout as well. He's done a good job in this second race.
No, I'll back you up on the Kapow thing, because it's not easy being in a race knowing that you're not the fast. You know, you're not gonna be that competitive, but sticking with it.
Especially when it's an established league like this one, with you know there's fast drivers, you know there's committed drivers. You're stepping into it for the first time. These guys have all raced together before. You know, it's like you say, it's daunting. It's daunting for them. It was for me. You know, when I joined the MRC, it was like, ooh, got the heebie-jeebies before my first couple of races.
Yeah, I remember my first season, mate. Season 8, I think it was, when I first joined.
Yeah, just not wanting to mess up or screw anyone else's race up, you know. And I was more worried about that than I was positions. And I think that's kind of stuck.
So that's pretty much it then.
Final laps. KZ2 has come across the line already. VLX Sparks just with him now as he comes around the last corner. So he's come from the back of the race, back of the grid for this one. Slamming on his brakes on the line there. Didn't look like he had a penalty. Hunty the punty then. Good race for Hunty, coming home second place in that one. NGR Cutler, he's just coming home in third. He was in a bit of a fight there with Kapow, but Kapow just staying out of the way with that one. So NGR Cutler in third place. Matthew Lambert bringing home fourth with a great big handbrake across the, or nearly across the line. NGR happy then, fifth place for him. Bogus Begbie, 6th place Milo Tyler right on him. Oh, that was a close fight. Close fight near the end of that race. KZ2 Haas, he's already crossed the line. Scar Wars 9th, Bigsy 10th, and Kapow in 11th. Unfortunately, we lost F124YS in that race. It's not for us to discuss why, but he wasn't happy. He wasn't happy. Yes, Hunty the Punty there, just... right, let's have a look. So, VLX Sparks, he's popped up. What happened to Fraser? He got inveigled with a driver. That's all I'll say.
Yeah.
And that's for someone else to decide what's happening there. Hunty the Punty, yeah, we thought you let him through, mate. My main concern was the Pro-Am drivers. Yeah, we kind of figured that out. Scar Wars has instantly left the room. Bigsy's instantly left the room. Matthew Lambert's left the room. Maybe these guys not having the best of races. Matthew Lambert did all right.
He did all right, yeah. I think he one stop that, so...
Oh, I wasn't paying attention to if he one stopped that.
Pretty sure he did. So, no, his tyres were done at the end of it.
Right.
Well,
Some good
technically
racing.
a 4th place on the road, but a 3rd, so it's technically a pro podium for Matthew Lambert, so can't be disappointed with it.
Oh, there you go. So that was round 10 of the Chewitt Racing Mini Cooper Cup, hosted by Next Gen, presented by myself, darksmoka, and CJW Racing. Thank you all for tuning in. What's going on with the chat? VLX Sparks just saying, Hunty, I was hoping we could cross the line together. Aww.
Friends, mini friends.
Some love there, isn't there? Hunty just saying my tyres were dead, mate. He couldn't turn properly.
Yeah, I'm sure that's not just the tyres.
So yeah, it's popping up.
Man, he was from Hull, so the extra couple of fingers he's got on each handle will help him steer.
Well, that means he'll be able to put the indicators and the wipers on while he's changing gear and stuff.
And Lollafag.
And Lollafag, yep. He's telling you to shut up, mate. So, quick lineup of what I've got coming up before we end this stream. So I'm back on Wednesday for the team versus team event. That's the GR3 that CJ and I have just been talking about. CJ actually drives in the Pro-Am lobby, and he also does post-race commentary of that one, like a race review, whereas I cover it live in the Pro lobby. I'm back then Thursday at 9 o'clock for the Mazda for the P1 boys, and then Sunday again for the Mazda P1 Sunday lobby, and then back next week for round 11 of this. CJ, what you got going on?
So next channel activity probably be the Siroccos from Autopolis Short next week. On Thursday. By the weekend I should have the videos out from the Team vs Team GT3 League from Autodromo Lagio Maggiore. And then if I haven't got plans Saturday night, I guess I'll be with the P1 boys.
Right, okay, so that Continental Cup we did on Saturday night, I think that's going to be a 2-week thing. So I think it's next Saturday, not this Saturday. We're all swapping cars.
Oh, is it?
Whatnot. Yeah. Because Potter can't make it this week. He's got his kids this weekend.
Then in that case, I'm going getting drunk on Saturday night.
There you go. Perfect excuse. So we've been kicked out of the lobby again. Any last words from you, Mr. CJW Racing?
No, mate. Thank you very much for having me. Yet again, congrats on your PFI championship.
Thank you very much, mate.
And yeah, that's it for me, I guess. Nothing much to say really, other than it is good old Remembrance Day. So lest we forget and
all that.
But nope, that's it for me, I guess. And I'll catch everyone in the next one. Like, subscribe, and all that stuff to darksmoka.
I was just about to say the same thing to CJW. So we're in. We've sorted each other out.
Love it.
Great. All right, mate. So I'm going to end this stream now. Thank you for watching. Tell your mates. Tell your mum. My name's darksmoka. I'm out of it.